What's going on, Eagles Nation? It's your man, Desert Eagle. Antonio Brown, you suck. Back at you with another video. Look. This is why I tell y'all, stop looking at players strictly because of their talent. I tell you that all the time. Stop looking at players mainly because of their talent. Look at more than just that. Look at their attitude, Look at how they are in the locker room and all of that. And I told y'all. And you know what? Antonio Brown is, the perfect example. Guy was the best wide receiver in the NFL. If not now, I'm still going to say number 2, number 3, whatever. Top 3 at best, okay? If not number 1, I'm going to say top 3, okay? Well, number 1 at best, top 3, whatever. None of that means a damn thing if you ain't about the team. And I'm starting to believe that it has nothing, it wasn't really Ben Roethlisberger after all. Okay, maybe he had a good part of it. But most of this is on Antonio Brown. You would think because, he wanted to get traded, he wanted to get out, and, they gave it to him. They were going to, how do you say? First they're going to trade him to the Bills. He wasn't having that. All that, that didn't happen. Then he ended up going to the Raiders. He was going to be with Derek Carr and them. There was some excitement and everything. I know Raiders fans were all hyping everything, a little certain someone decided to comment on an old ass video that I've made, when EDP was wanted to say, give us Le'Veon Bell or Antonio Brown. It was one of them, It was one of them. And a Raiders fan out of nowhere all of a sudden was talking, running his mouth or whatever. It was a video from like a whole year or 2 ago. I don't know. But but just when, it's crazy. A lot of people was making fun of, they were bashing on the Steelers for trading Antonio Brown, to get only a 3rd round and I think it was a 3rd round and a 6th round, or it was something like that in return. It was something. You can say, being as though how good Antonio Brown is, a lot of people can say it was highway robbery, but there was obviously a reason why, the pick wasn't really much, wasn't really shit, really. You would think a guy like Antonio Brown, you should get a 1st round pick in return, right? But nope. The Raiders only sent, I think it was like a 3rd and something else. It was like two picks or whatever. And then he became the Raiders' problem. The guy started holding out over some damn helmet issue, shit like that. Started holding out over a damn helmet issue. And now, because he's missed out on practice, certain events that was very mandatory from the show up on, he ended up getting fined, I'm gonna say between $53,000 to $54,000. It was between that. Antonio Brown didn't like it. Now he's, bringing all this to social media and everything. I don't know if it was Instagram or Snapchat, whatever, you take the pictures, then you got the comments or whatever. When you put stuff like that on social media, it comes back to bite you. Now it's to the point, apparently Antonio Brown and Mike Mayock, GM of the Raiders, got into a little argument. And now, Antonio Brown's going to get suspended. And it's crazy because he hasn't even played a single down with the Raiders. He's already going to get suspended. They're working to void his contract, with $30 million of it being guaranteed. And, it's like, this is a perfect example, spot on, as to why Eagles fans, this is why y'all need to stop flat out wanting players because of their talent, but don't look at, their behavior, their attitude, or none of that. It's like no matter how much we try to point that out there, y'all just look past all of that. Be like, oh, he's going to win this game. He hasn't won a single game for the Raiders because he's been holding out. Now, you think about what would have happened if he came here to Philly. It would have gotten 10 times worse. Thank God it didn't happen. Thank God it didn't happen. I don't care how good of a wide receiver he is. The guy is arguably the best wide receiver in the league, and he's acting like that. Holding out and everything. This is why, like, I don't want no fucking divas or none of that bullshit on this team. If you ain't about the team, if you ain't about winning, if you ain't about trying to help us win the Super Bowl, I don't want that fucking clown on the team. And I'm happy as hell it didn't happen. I stood by it since day one. Dude's a clown. He's a diva, bro. He is one you would call female tendencies. I'm happy as hell he didn't come here. We don't need that fucking piece of shit here. So with that being said, you know, week one or game one, you know, the first game against the Redskins is in it's only in about 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 1 o'clock. I look forward to it. We damn sure enough ain't need no elite wide receiver like Antonio Brown to win the Super Bowl, and we damn sure enough ain't gonna need it next time. And that's plain and simple. Eagles Nation, let this be a lesson. I know it didn't happen to us, thank God, but take notes. Take notes. It's not just the talent. It's not about the talent. Or stop, let's say this. Stop looking at players based off of their talent. Look at their attitude. Look at their behavior. Look at all of that. Because, I mean, thank God, bro. Because the Raiders may have looked like they made a great move, you know, robbing the Steelers or whatever. But in the end, the Steelers, they won the trade in the end. They won the trade in the end. Acting like that, it's like, wow. It's like, I want to say I'm surprised, but then again, I'm not, because it was highly expected. So shout out to the Steelers, Mac Maine, Steel Jackson, Steel Empire, Steel Twins, Steel Jedi, Bruin Steel, Erica Steel, Renegade. Shout out to every last one of y'all. Because I know you guys were happy that his ass was gone. But y'all should be more happy because he's no longer y'all problem. I'm starting to see that it wasn't Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, maybe it was partial of it, you know. Because Ben Roethlisberger, you know how he is and everything. All right, but it wasn't just Ben Roethlisberger. It was definitely Antonio Brown had a big portion of it. Had a big portion of it. Now he's the Raiders problem. Now he's the Raiders problem. And that's plain and simple. That's all I gotta say, man. Desert Eagle checking on out of here. It is always fly, Eagles fly. Antonio Brown is gonna be homeless. I'm not gonna say homeless, but he's gonna go broke if he keeps up with this. The guy is an embarrassment. He is an embarrassment to the National Football League, to players, as a man, period. Holding out over some damn helmet issue. When Ben Roethlisberger tried to apologize, you know, admit he was wrong, like a true leader should, he's still talking shit. Antonio Brown's still talking shit. The guy is an embarrassment. He is a disgrace. He is a piece of shit. He is a diva. He's everything negative you can call him. And I'm happy as hell he is not our problem. Or he's no longer the Steelers' problem. But I'm happy as hell, being as though we were one of the people that wanted to go for him. I'm happy he ain't here. I'm happy as fuck he ain't here. Anybody else that was interested in Antonio Brown should be happy as well. Because he is not your problem either. That's all I got to say. I'm out of here. Fly, Eagles, fly.